Okay, welcome to episode season 2 of the Luckin Fosers podcast. Today is March 23rd. My name is Stuart, and I'm here with my co-host Joseph,
Hello, hello.
and we have a guest today, Austin.
Celebrity guest, me.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yep.
And we have some exciting changes for season 2. We're trying to get a little bit better with the sound quality, and we're doing video now, and we'll probably also put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So look out for us there. Again, we have the Twitter and the email at Luckin Fosers and luckinfosers@gmail.com. And so yeah, that's all my little intro there. Something that I did this week is I went to Golden Gate Park, which is in San Francisco. And
I thought it was a bridge.
there's also a bridge called Golden Gate
Oh.
Bridge.
Is that true? I
But
don't think is that factual
I did
information?
not.
Can I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
the fact checkers on this?
Yeah.
I did not go to the bridge though over the weekend.
Is it true that they have a net?
No, I don't think there's a net. But what's interesting is
Who's
somebody once wrote like a poem or an article or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that the people always jump facing the city because they want it to be the last thing they see. But what's kind of not all in that quote is the fact that you can only walk on that side of the bridge. The other side is for bikes or it's for something else.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to jump, it's always on that side because you're
That.
always going to be on that side. But anyway, yeah. So I went to Golden Gate Park with my girlfriend and we walked around near the polo fields, and there's like these little lakes, and I wanted to go to this one lake, but we didn't. We ended up not going to it. But somebody that's man-made, somebody decided to build a lake, and then they decided to put a whole bunch of dirt in the middle and then build another lake inside of there that's elevated.
Okay. So
And
it's like a moat surrounding that.
like a raised lake, yeah. And then there's like a bridge that goes to it. And it's kind of just like, why did we do this? Why?
There's like a SpongeBob joke. The swimming pool instead of a swimming pool.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that episode. And then I went to the
episode.
The chocolate episode? What happens in it? Does he make like a Krabby Patty with chocolate?
No, is he? He sells chocolate. SpongeBob sells chocolate with Patrick.
Oh, yeah. And they go like door to door, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that. I didn't remember the moat thing. Or the pool inside of a pool. And then I went to the ocean. I went to Ocean Beach, and it was cold and windy.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Cold and windy. So, what is the weather? Because I remember, because I've been in San Francisco a couple times, and one of the times I went, I remember it was pretty cold, and it was very new because it was like a wet kind of, like a very moist cold,
Yeah.
that kind of just like ate your skin, which is like coldness. So is that like regular?
Yeah. The cold can be like painful almost sometimes. Like my ears will hurt a lot if I go outside with no hat or beanie, and then I come back. When I walk back inside and when I'm out there, when I walk back into the warmth though, it's like painful. So I normally wear a beanie. But yeah, today it was really windy lately. Today it's like 62 degrees right now, but so it's not been like too warm or anything. Definitely chilly.
What's like the warmest it gets?
In the summer, like in San Francisco, like
Yeah.
yeah. This summer we had like some records, I think. I think it got to like 96, 98. I remember complaining to you one day about how it was so hot. I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so hot. This is like inhuman. This is like cruel and unusual punishment."
Sure.
And you were like, what's the temperature?" And I was like, "I think it was like 98."
N-
And I think where you were, it was like 114.
I
Ooh,
think that's like the highest we got. Yeah.
that's crazy. And then I
Um,
realized I can't complain anymore.
no, so there's something that I've learned recently actually, and it's kind of like your body gets adjusted uh, to like the climate that you're in.
Mm,
So the cold weathers, if you live in a cold environment, are not as cold. You get adjusted to that, uh, so it feels different to you, like the coldness. I think.
yeah, okay.
Now I'm not like 100% sure how accurate that is, but I mean it makes sense. All the different people from like different climates in the world.
Yeah.
Just talking about how different temperature feels like to them. What were you gonna say, Austin?
Oh, I was just gonna say. I mean, that's totally a thing. You see those memes about like Arizona people in like 60-degree weather and like has a picture of somebody like a huge like winter coat.
Yeah,
Like no, it's totally a thing. I guess I'm kind of like in the middle because it's just like freezing cold here, well below zero, and then in the summer we get to like we peak at like 110 maybe. But yeah. And also, I was talking with my friend from New York. Um, just since we're on the topic of weather, it reminded me. Apparently, New York City is in the tropical zone. It's technically a tropical zone because I was like, I assumed, I was asking him, did it snow?
yeah.
And this was in the fall. This was just this fall. So I assumed winter's just going. And he said no because we're a tropical zone technically. It's like what the
Interesting.
totally news to me.
So it just doesn't snow as often, I suppose.
Oh yeah, no, it is just warmer, a little stickier, I guess.
Yeah, it is interesting. I guess I mean, yeah, I haven't really thought about it.
Oh, I do not like humidity. That
Mm-mm.
sticky
Nope,
heat,
nope, nope.
I do not like that at all.
I saw this video of Florida,
Yeah.
like this guy who had moved to Florida, and he was sitting or he was walking outside his front yard, nice home, nice neighborhood, and he was just like drenched in sweat. It just
Uh,
Yeah,
it's just from walking outside for like 15 minutes.
dude, I
yeah,
can't,
and
I
then
can't go to Texas. I need like a shower every like 5 hours.
yeah, you shower and then you feel dirty with like
Mm-hmm.
so quickly after. Yeah, I don't
Um,
like it.
I mean, I can say I don't think I've been to that like kind of um, or what is it? What's that type of weather?
Humid?
Humid? Yeah. I don't think I've been to like too high humidity areas. Or to a lot of high humidity areas. I mean,
Last time I was in Florida, I've the time before that I was just a kid, right? And once I stepped outside the airport, I knew I was in Florida because I totally forgot how humid it was. You enjoy the air conditioning for like the 12 hours it takes for me to get there, and then
Yeah.
just step outside and
yeah,
I've been to Florida like within the past 2 years, and like yeah, the second you get off the plane, even when you're in that little like tunnel from the plane to the airport, you can feel
yeah,
it. And
yeah.
then um yeah, it's the part that was also annoying was um for me anyway, all the buildings are air conditioned because they know it's too warm, it's too humid.
yeah,
But they make it like really cold, I feel like. And so I need a jacket when I'm indoors. But
Yeah,
when I'm
yeah, yeah.
outdoors, I'm not gonna wear the jacket. So I was like lugging around this jacket. Everybody thought I was a weirdo. Um, because I guess they were used to it. But I was like, I don't know how you guys keep going from the hot to the cold
Yeah.
and back to the hot.
That's for me.
Yeah.
That's only acceptable in hotel rooms. That is just so nice. The
Oh
hotel
yeah.
cold.
Yeah, the hotel cold. Yeah.
the the coldness that that comforts you.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I remember going to like Reno, Nevada, and having that hotel coldness experience, and then like there was some like kids, they had this. I stayed at this place called Circus,
Yeah,
and
I've
they
been
have
there.
like a yeah, and they have like a bunch of games for children.
Yeah.
I guess yeah. I remember my favorite one was where you would throw darts at balloons. It seemed like I mean, I don't know if I missed, but it felt like I never missed because the whole wall is balloons. But yeah, so you just pop balloons, you get tickets or whatever, you trade them in for a stuffed bear or whatever.
Yeah, we would anytime we would go to Las Vegas, my parents would take us to Circus,
Okay.
because that's like the only place. Well, probably not now, but that's like the biggest place that the children could be in
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
parents. So that always
yeah,
worked out.
yeah. And then like one parent takes the kids to go play games, and the other one goes and gambles or whatever.
Yeah,
That's always how we did it.
and I
Yeah.
remember one time we saw a circus,
Okay. Yeah.
and I just remember being the clowns being like super weird looking.
Oh,
I was like, "Am I afraid of clowns? Like these guys look scary."
I remember watching a lot of like acrobat shows um and thinking that it was pretty cool.
Sure.
um I don't think I understood though how difficult it must be.
Oh yeah,
I think I just thought that they were like different kinds of humans or something,
Yeah,
like
no, it's
because they make it look so easy, and as a
yeah.
kid I'm like, oh well, it must be easy then for them.
They were genetically modified.
Yeah. They're
They
just
were like they were mutants.
these people are freaking aliens.
yeah. um Yeah, those are fun. And then magic shows. There's magic. They have magic shows. Magic shows are fun.
Right?
I don't think I've seen a magic show. Uh, like myself personally, I don't think I've seen one like in TV
Oh,
or
okay.
like or like the that what are they called, Penn and Teller?
Oh, uh-huh.
Like they have a show where I think it's like Trick, Penn and Teller.
Something like that.
Yeah,
It's
where
yeah.
magicians have to
Try and trick
perform
them.
and trick them. And I've seen like that, but not like a real life magic show.
So the thing about a real life magic show is, unless you're like, your seat might be kind of far, right? And then you
Yeah,
kind of can't see as much.
yeah, that's true.
Um, so it's kind of, to me, it's almost like a sports thing where, like, if you go to an actual baseball game, then you're gonna be really far away. It's gonna be hot. The steel bench or whatever is super uncomfortable, and you you don't have any of the commentary or camera angles of
Right.
like a TV. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think close up magic is pretty cool. Like when people do it to me,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
like cards and stuff.
I usually enjoy things more when people do it to me.
All right, Austin.
Um. So in high school, for some reason in our business class, we had like a this was the class was it business? I think it was. Yeah. I think it was called careers or something maybe. No, I think it was business. I don't know. Anyways, um everyone had to learn something, and so everyone had to learn something and have it either be taught it or like learn it and teach it. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, like give a presentation
And
about
then
it.
and then yeah, and so there it was like a team of two people. So for myself it was myself and my friend Kyle. And so Kyle taught me this magic trick. Um
Oh, okay.
I don't know it now at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just like the next day I just completely forgot
Okay.
it. But we did it, and I remember it being really cool. And then like once he taught me how to do it, like it just made sense. It just kind of like switching cards around. So knowing
Yeah.
where the cards are.
Yeah, yeah.
But it still feels like magic.
Yeah, yeah. It's the like suspension of disbelief, right? Because it's not. They're not making. They didn't just make multiple card copies of the same card or whatever. So, but yeah.
Have any have you seen the it's the Penn and Teller, I think it's called Bullshit.
No. What do you
It's an old show they had, maybe like a segment of the show where they just like debunk like fake
Oh,
things.
oh.
And
Yeah.
I
so
know. I didn't know that.
there's a viral clip on YouTube that is it's that show for anti-vaxxers. So
Okay.
they talk about like how like the fake study was like 1 in 100 people get autism from vaccines, right?
Okay.
And so they had like bowling ball or bowling pins set up in like groups into two groups, and they had these little balls. And so in front of one of the group of pins, they put like a shield, and that's like the
Okay.
vaccinations, right? And so
Okay.
they threw all these diseases at the shield, and then the group of pins that don't have a shield. And so they showed you like even if it was 1 out of 100, you're still preventing, like 90 deaths.
Oh, I see.
That's
I see.
essentially what it's supposed to show. Um, but it's made up anyways. Like you don't get autism from vaccine.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but it's funny, and you should check it out. I just look up Penn and Teller vaccines on YouTube, and you'll find it.
Okay.
Speaking of, will you two get the vaccine? I know. Oh wait, Dark. I mean, you. That's no point for you, Dark. But Izzy, I mean, are you going to?
Yeah,
Wait, what
yeah,
does that mean?
I intend to, yeah. Um, so here in San Francisco Bay Area, they say that if you are over 65, if you have a BMI over 30, or are a frontline healthcare worker, then
Yeah.
go get the vaccination. And I think most of the people in that category have gotten it. My
Yeah.
mom has gotten it. Everybody my mom knows has gotten it. Um, I went on the website. It's called like when is my turn when's my turn.gov or something. And so I will be notified when it's quote my turn. It is not my turn. They were clear that it was not my turn yet.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was. Um, and there's this place called Moscone Center, which is downtown, San Francisco, and that's where they've been doing a lot of them. They've also been doing it at like the Kaiser Hospital and whatever as well. But Moscone Center has been a big hub, and they do like huge conventions there. And so this place is massive, and it has like crazy ventilation because they're used to having tons of people in there for a convention and needing to
Yeah.
like ventilate the place.
All the
And
sweaty
so
anime conventions. Yeah.
exactly. Well, it's more like the Salesforce one and stuff, but yeah.
Hmm.
Um and so I've read that so this place can have a capacity of like I'm not sure, a ton. And they are not having that many people go in to get vaccinated obviously.
Yeah.
So it's at like 1/10 capacity. And so I've read like anecdotal stories of people that have gotten the vaccination there, and they're like, "Oh, I felt so safe. Like there was nobody around me for like 50 feet except the person giving it to me. Um, I felt like completely fine there, blah blah blah." So I'm not worried about like availability or anything. They say that everybody here should be vaccinated by the end of like April. Um, so maybe like another month for me, and then I'll get
Mm-hmm.
it. And then I know that there's like smaller cities where they've already gone through the different categories and are now doing people that are like my age.
Sure.
So, what about you over in Utah?
Yeah, so they are opening it up to anybody, no questions asked, anybody 16 plus, Um,
Okay.
now, now the reason that they did is to say that just ensure that demand outweighs supply. But I'm just wondering if it ever reaches the point where like demand is starting to dip. Anyway, I'm just wondering if I should because there's just so many people that still need it and haven't been able to get it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
honestly, I have nothing to worry about personally from
Yeah.
a complete selfish position, but there's just so many. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
so
there's still not enough supply. I'm not even sure if like what the right move here is. But
I understand what you're saying. Like, if you made like I don't know if it works like this, but like let's pretend you made a reservation, right? And they
yeah,
gave you like one for tomorrow at 1 p.m. or something.
yeah.
Like, does that mean that there's like some 56-year-old grandma who has 8 grandchildren that love her and she couldn't get that 1 p.m. appointment and she needed that 1 p.m. appointment, like, like that's
So
kind of what you're thinking of?
Well, I know younger people who do have conditions that aren't necessarily like reserved for them
Mm.
previously. So I'm just wondering if I should probably be like the very last, but I'm wondering. Here's my dilemma: should I do it now? Because honestly, I really have nothing to worry about if I get it. Like, anyway, obviously, herd
s-
immunity and everything, but by the time it's available to me, this pandemic won't even. By the time it should be available to me, I mean, it won't even be a problem. So I'm wondering, like, if I should
so
do it now or just
you
wait,
should
keep
you
waiting.
sh- I so here's what I think. I think you should take it as soon
Yeah,
as it's available to you.
yeah,
Because you know, the people that are in the boat that you are right now,
yeah,
where they didn't qualify, is because they didn't have to qualify, right? So like
yeah,
they didn't have that medical reason, so they're not any worse off than you are. Just go and take it. They allocated this time, because it's available for you to take now because they've prioritized everyone. So
yeah,
Stuart was saying, grandma already got her vaccination,
yeah,
so you don't have to worry about grandma. Um,
Yeah.
as for me, here in Arizona, they're still doing only they're still prioritizing in my county.
yeah,
Um, I've heard that might change within the next like week or maybe month. But as soon as I can set something up at like my local CVS, like I'll go. Um, I have not received the vaccination yet. Because uh, I don't think like Stuart mentioned, there's a BMI thing in California, which
right.
I don't know because I don't live there. But in Arizona, they don't have a BMI for
Oh, okay.
vaccination. You have to
It's
have
just
like a
age.
condition and
Oh, okay.
or yeah, age, or a frontline worker or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, healthcare
There
worker.
was some so they they said healthcare workers. And so there were some you can go read articles, but there were
Yeah,
some people that were like yoga instructors
Oh God.
yeah.
and like that spin place. What is that spin place called? I don't remember now. Soul Cycle, I think. Um and they're like spin instructors and they were able to get it.
Yeah, that's
And
funny.
now they're like getting backlash.
I guess
But
do they
Um,
do people use medical insurance for those places? Is
no,
that
no, no.
oh,
because is that
um,
the I think that should be the threshold, right?
If you could use medical insurance for it, then you're definitely a healthcare worker. For
um,
sure.
did you guys hear about the two? Because this was a few months ago, but the two like really young women. I think they're like 19, 20. They're like dressed up as elderly women in Florida and like tried to get the vaccine. Like
No
they
No.
showed,
way.
yeah, they showed up for the first shot. They got the first shot, but then when they went around for the second shot, they didn't even try this time around. They didn't even try. Then somebody was like, "Something's wrong here."
Oh. Wow.
I mean, if you
I
got the first shot, you might
I
as
I, I,
well be given the
I
second one
believe they
now.
Yeah,
got
you
the
just
first shot, but I am not
give them the
completely
second
confident. But I
Yeah,
shot.
think that's how it went down. Look it up right now, even.
that's funny. You know what?
They should have just tried again. They shouldn't have. They shouldn't. They should have kept their disguise up.
Oh my god, yeah, no, they did get the first dose, and then they got caught when they showed up for the second dose because they didn't even attempt to like hide it.
Yeah. Why didn't they attempt?
Is
I
it
know.
is it illegal or anything? I don't
I'm
know.
sure they. I'm sure
And-
they had to
oh,
like.
they
They probably
falsified
lied.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure they lied on some medical record
Yeah,
and said
then
they were
that's
Yeah.
like
not good.
70.
It's
Yeah,
definite fraud of some sort.
dang, that's
There's
funny
enough laws
though.
out there to get them somehow.
Yeah.
I find that pretty funny.
I mean, if you want the vaccines, I don't know. I mean, you're definitely taking it from an old lady at that point, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Pretty
what
shitty.
they did, they literally did. Yes,
They. Yeah. If
Yeah.
they went day one, they definitely
Yeah.
took it from an old lady. So.
they pushed grandma to the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's almost over here. Life's going back to normal in Utah. April 10th, my birthday. No more mask
you-
mandate. No more anything. No more restrictions. Anything. Back to normal.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
We are not. I don't think we're there. In fact, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure like a lot of stuff is still limited percentage wise, like gyms
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah.
Arizona has been opened the entire time. So
Cool. Yeah, I think people are too antsy here. So honestly, I'm totally with the reopening. Like, nobody's following it. It's over. Open the vaccine up to everybody, and then it's
Yeah.
shitty, but that's the only option at this point. I see too many
I mean,
people
yeah.
just
I mean,
following the mask thing.
at this
I even
point,
forgot. I even forgot to wear my mask. Just to grab something little to O'Reilly, and nobody even cared. And like, I felt like a piece of shit. But
What'd you get at O'Reilly?
wipers.
I need to get O'Reilly. I need to get new headlight. I need to get a headlight for
you didn't get
for
some
my
blinker fluid.
well. So my right headlight goes out. Okay. Well, I get the indicator. It says, "Hey, your headlight's out," or it says a light is out, right? And I'm driving, and I'm pretty sure it's my right headlight. I pull into my driveway. I leave the car on. I get out. I look. It's the right headlight. I look in my glove compartment, and me being the responsible adult that I am, I have the bulb. So I swap it out right there. That was last week. Then this week, the indicator comes on, and I'm thinking, was it too loose? Did I not tighten it down somehow? Maybe because there's like this little cage that it goes into, you know? And so I'm like, huh. And so I'm driving along, and I'm like, it feels like it's my left one, though. So I pull into my drive-through. Sure enough, it's my freaking left headlight, and I'm like, crap, now I gotta go to freaking O'Reilly.
That's
Oh,
funny.
you should always replace both of them at the same time.
So what's funny is they sell them in packs of 2.
Yeah.
But I had already used the
Used
other
one,
one.
yeah.
I don't know
Oh, that's
how.
weird.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know
weird.
how. I'm very confused now. So yeah, so now I need to go back. I need to go to O'Reilly. I also want to go to Kelly Moore Paint because we got some people to pressure wash the house. And so it's like it looks really clean now, but it has also shown me like where it doesn't look quite as nice.
Yeah.
So I want to go and maybe touch it up a little bit. So yeah, but yeah, so we have indoor dining up to 25% capacity.
Nice.
So we're not I think we have different colored. I think that's how we're doing it here because we have different colored like well, I don't know. So it goes like yellow, orange, red, and then purple. They had to like add purple tier because they needed something worse than red. So we've gone from purple to red. So we're at least we're at red now. Which still sounds really bad. Like if someone was like, "Hey, what code are you guys? Red?"
Wouldn't it be
Like,
orange, like yellow, orange, then red? Or-
yeah, but yeah, it went yellow, orange, red,
Oh,
purple.
okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So they took orange. So green
I
is
think
okay.
Probably, yeah.
They really ran out of
maybe
colors. Why didn't they just? Why would they make it purple?
because they were trying to make I don't know, they needed a color worse than red. I don't know. I was like, "Huh?" Because I think because we were originally red, and then I think they were like, I think they had to add it because they were like, "Whoa, we're a lot worse off than we thought," or something.
Yeah, that's funny. Funny and
Gyms can
bad.
operate at 10% capacity, which is not very many. And I really don't think anyone's complying with that, to be honest.
No.
Museums can open up to 25%.
Okay.
That one is weird to me because like, who are people going to museums right now? Is that like a thing
I would go to a museum right now.
I went to museums a couple times last year.
during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Oh, what museums did you go to?
Just the natural history one, and then the dinosaur one.
I was gonna say, isn't the natural history one the dinosaur one?
Well, we have two. They have a little bit of dinosaurs at the natural history, the University of Utah. Then I went down to Provo, which is like an hour, maybe 45 minutes away from me, and which claims to be the largest dinosaur museum in the world, but I don't in the nation, but I don't believe that.
Did any of the
Wait,
dinosaurs or statues talk to you while you were there?
I wasn't inebriated on anything, so no.
Oh.
why do you not believe them when they say that they're the largest like
Because it's
you,
Utah. Why Utah have the largest I think the metric that they use is like how many fully like built like
oh,
dinosaurs
like
they
with all
have.
the bones.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
So they could just build like a million like tiny ones and call it a day, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Which
Okay, so which museum do you think is better? The one in Provo or the natural history one at the university?
I thought the natural history one was pretty fascinating. They have like a lot of like Native American artifacts, which I thought was cool. Might not be most people's thing, but I found it more interesting than rocks and dinosaurs, I guess.
Did you see any like geodes?
They had a little bit. They had like one case, but not a lot.
Okay.
That's
It was
funny.
freaking infested with like these beetles, though. It was just disgusting.
With
Wait,
beetles?
with
Yeah,
beetles?
I went in the
Infested?
summer. Yeah,
There were beetles inside?
kind of like by the doors. They have like this outdoor display where you can like look
Uh,
over the whole Salt Lake Valley
Nope.
and just
Nope.
yeah,
Nope.
did
Nope.
they fly?
yep, yep,
Ugh. Wait, they do?
yep, yeah.
Oh.
You go outside to the outside
Oh.
part and like you'd have to like sprint through because you just fly through a whole cloud of beetles.
Oh. Oh. Wait, this is terrible.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
interesting.
It was disgusting.
Oh
I just
gosh.
looked up the museum here in Phoenix. It's open, and I could go. I could go. I think it said
Okay.
Wednesday. For some reason, it said Wednesday. I just realized I closed the page already, right? But it said
Yeah.
open Wednesday, and I said, "Oh, okay."
It's
Uh,
tomorrow.
oh, that is tomorrow. Never mind. I was confused as to. I thought it was Wednesday for a second.
Oh.
Never mind. Then the
What kind of
website is correct. It's
what kind
Phoenix
of
Art
museum?
Museum.
The art museum?
It's an art museum. So they have a couple of paintings. I don't know what kind of like special exhibit they have right now. If they have any. I know last time I went, they had like an Aztec one.
Oh.
Which was I think I went like a year ago. But it was amazing. But yeah, I guess it's open. I could go if I really want to. We'll see.
We have we have this museum of modern art here, and some people really don't like it.
How is it? Have you been there?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. They're I mean, I like modern art though. Like if like I remember at this one modern art museum, I saw this stop sign and it was like in a hall,
Yeah.
okay? And instead of it saying stop in white text, it said go. But I remember I walked through the hall and I saw the stop sign and I stopped walking. And so it was like I don't know if the artist intended for it to be like this mind kind of thing, but it made me realize that like I'm trained to do a certain thing when I see
The
just the
shape.
shape and
Yeah.
color,
Yeah.
regardless of what it says. Um,
That's I mean stop
and
signs they're only that shape is used for stop signs. So
yeah. So,
it's
um,
intentional.
but that is not at that was some at a different one.
Oh.
But so here we have a lot of like um there I remember there was these canvases that were weird shapes and then solid colors. Um and I liked those.
Hmm.
And then one exhibit though, one time I didn't like it. I'm not sure what it was made out of, but it was like some kind of fabric, and it was like it took the whole wall. Must have been like 50 feet high, and it was just like this tan color, and I was like, I don't know, and it like kind of fell into a pool at the floor because it was so freaking long, and I was like, I don't know what's happening here. Um, they have this one exhibit that's a typewriter, and it's hooked up to the internet, and it prints like news headlines, and the paper will just keep coming out because it's like what, like I guess typewriters kind of just use one sheet and it's like
Yeah.
perforated or something. Yeah. And so it just keeps coming out and it just like falls all over the floor and just like pools all over the floor and it's just like all these headlines and you're like not supposed to touch it. And
Yeah.
so like every time you go it's just like more paper everywhere.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Uh, I think there's. I mean, they had like classical paintings that I remember. They had some like Japanese stuff that I remember. But remember they had this weird like movie that someone made. That was just projected. There was a room. It was completely dark except for the like some of the lights like you would see in like in a movie theater on the floor, like the kind of lights to guide you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To like the emergency exit.
Yeah, I think they had those, but then it was darkness, and then it was just light from the projectors, like, and they had projectors everywhere. They were just showing this movie, and it was a weird movie. I don't even remember. It was like an old house, and there was like a family or they played instruments. And I don't know what that
Oh.
was. I don't know what it was, but I remember walking around exploring because they had like different angles on the projectors.
All right. Thank you for listening to the first episode of season 2 or watching as you could be actually right now.
Yep.
So, thank you for that. And
So that's gonna be
What's up,
YouTube.
YouTube? YouTube, YouTube.
Yep,
yeah,
youtube.com slash Luckin Fosers. So
yeah. You can tweet at us, you can
email.
email us.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thanks everyone.